California voters have approved Proposition 50, redrawing congressional districts in a way that could cost Republicans 5 seats next year. The new maps are expected to reshape the political balance in favor of Democrats. And tonight, we're learning it may actually cost 6 seats. Today, Republican Congressman Ken Calvert announced he'll challenge fellow Republican Congresswoman Young Kim next year for California's newly redrawn 40th district. His old seat is now a Democratic stronghold, setting up a high-stakes GOP showdown. California Congressman Kevin Kiley is in a lose-lose situation. He's one of the 5 Republican incumbents targeted by Prop 50. His 3rd congressional district will flip from a 3% GOP advantage to an 8-point Democratic one. Here's why Kiley said today he's not worried yet.
Sure, the premise is even true at this point. You have all these other states that are now lining up with, North Carolina and Missouri and Indiana on the Republican side, Virginia, Maryland, Illinois on the Democrat side. At the end of the day, it may be a wash or something close to it. And so what is really the point?
Kiley says despite the Prop 50 loss, he still plans to run again for another term in the House of Representatives next year. Well, Californians are still talking about the resounding approval of Prop 50, the redistricting plan to create more Democratic seats. Fox 11's Laura Diaz is here with more on what passage means for the future. And Laura, last night we were so surprised. 8 o'clock, boom, then the election was called not long after.
It's highly unusual, right, for it to be called that early. We're still watching this, of course, Susan, to see what it all means. As expected, Republican lawsuits have been filed challenging the Prop 50 results. The question remains, is this just the beginning of what could be a flurry of political moves?
I don't know if this is the beginning of a pattern or if this is just an unusual blip.
Wednesday at the Orange County Registrar's office in Santa Ana, ballot sorting continued 1 day after Proposition 50 passed in a landslide. Department of Justice monitors were dispatched to 5 counties in California, including Orange and LA counties, to guard against what President Trump called the rigging of the election. Our camera found no federal monitors Wednesday afternoon in the OC. Prop 50, which was the brainchild of Democratic California Governor Newsom in a special election, was designed to counter efforts in Republican states in order to boost GOP representation in Congress. Right now, Orange County registered voters are 37% Democrats to 33% Republican. 1 day after the election, this voter from the OC reacted this way.
It should not be allowed that the Democrats are allowed to switch over a Republican person in office to a Democratic.
With the passage of Prop 50, red areas like coastal Orange County could see Republicans pitted against Republicans, like Representative Young Kim against Representative Ken Calvert, and open the door to politicians like the liberal Robert Garcia of Long Beach. But is the MAGA movement threatened?
I think it is premature to say that the MAGA movement has died. I think what we know is that last night was a good night for Democrats and that there were a few big races and Democrats won big. And what this means for the midterm elections, I don't think we know for sure. And what this means for the next presidential election, I don't think we know for sure.
Of course, everybody will be analyzing it. Professor Levinson reminds us that we still have to see if picking up, now you said 6 seats, is enough to tilt the balance of power for Democrats. We also need to see what other states do as a reaction, and that's what people are talking about. Is there a domino effect? And at the end of the day, what does it actually mean as to who was elected to Congress?
Exactly, but that was what was said even last night, right after the election was called, where it was like, well, Indiana and all these other states, Illinois, they're asking Illinois to step up and change. And the problem is this is mid-decade, so it's just unusual all the way around.
It almost feels like it's 24/7, it's political season.
Yeah, I would agree. Thank you, Laura.